Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see the increment instruction in 8051. The mnemonic for this operation is INC. This is the mnemonic, and this mnemonic will expect only one operand. So here you need to mention a operand, and this operand might be accumulator, so that means you can increment the accumulator content, or you can take any address, direct address within the internal RAM, or it can be any register or 0 to or 7 of selected bank, or it can be register indirect. So in this case either this R0 or R1 registers can be used, and one more operand is possible, that is DPTR. So you can increment the data pointer also, and each combination will have or is encoded with the different codes that we will see. So first we will consider INC and the operand as A. So that means increment the content of A by 1, and the result will be stored back to the accumulator. So A will become A plus 1, and this INC A is assembly language, and this instruction is our language, and this particular assembly language will be converted to zeros and ones, that is machine understandable language. So I can say machine code will consisting of opcode, and if it is required it will have some operand code also, but in this case your machine code is nothing but directly opcode for this particular instruction. The opcode is mentioned as 04H. So 04H is nothing but the operation code for this type of increment. So whenever 04H is given to 8051, or whenever 04H is being executed by 8051, what it will understand is it will take A and it will add 1, and the resultant will be stored back to A. This kind of operation will be done by 8051 if you are providing 04H to the decoding circuit. So this is the machine code for INC A. And whenever you are executing increment instruction, not only for operand A, for other operands also, no flags are affected. So here there is no effect for carry flag or what auxiliary carry flag or zero flag or parity flag. Of course we don't have zero flag, but whenever you are incrementing the highest value, that means let us say if A is FH, then you are using increment A. This is for our understanding, A equal to FFH. If A equal to FFH before this instruction, then if you are using INC A, then A will become 0 and overflow flag will be set, not carry flag. Okay, carry flag will maintain the previous value, only overflow flag will be affected to indicate this overflow, because now this particular A register is not enough to store the incremented result. So whenever you are unable to store the incremented result within the internal architecture of register, then this overflow flag will occur, right? This is the INC A. Next operand we will consider INC. Next one we will consider address, this IRAM address. This address range might be, because all internal RAM locations are byte addressable, so 00H to 7FH and 80H to FFH. In this range we are not going to use all the locations, only we are going to use 21 locations. Those are 21 SFRs. So either you can use these 21 locations or any one of these range, this range. That means instead of ADR you can use this value. Then what will happen, let us say this is your internal memory. Let us consider 34H is the one of the location address. Here you have some data, let us say F3H1 byte is available. Of course at any location you will be having 1 byte of data. So now INC34H, if I write like this, what will happen? Simply whatever the content, 34H location content, that will be added with 1 and the resultant will be stored back to the same location. So that means this F3 will become F4. After this instruction, this F3 will become F4H, right? And now again this is assembly language, and our language is like whatever we are explaining. And how you can convert this to the machine understandable language? That means you need to represent zeros and ones, and that is given as 05H. So whenever 05H is given to 8051, it will increment the data which is present at the given location. So 05H will look for a location. So that means this INC34H will be converted as 05 to represent this kind of operation, and to represent the location where you want to increment, that location you need to write as second byte. So that means this particular INC space ADR will require 2 bytes of code. 2 bytes of code. So that means whenever you give 0534H to the 8051, it will increment the content which is available at 34H, and again it will store it simply update the 34H content with incrementation. So let us consider one more example. If I write INC20H, so INC20H is nothing but 0520H, and 20H content will be incremented. Whatever the data available here, that will be updated. If it is 3, it will become 4, like this. So this is second one. And next one is, we have considered first one as accumulator, second one as address, and next one is register, INC-RN, right? Simply whatever the register content RN is available, that will be incremented. And what is the possibility of RN range? That means you can have R0, so on. Let me write second one, R1 and so on, INC R7. So that means you have 7 possibilities, 7 different kind of operation, and for each operation you will be having different opcode. So in that way, INC R0 is having 08H, this one is 09H, and so on. R7 will have 0FH, and this INC space RN requires only 1 byte. By looking at this, you can mention 1 byte is enough for the machine code, right? And how to identify which bank it is? Because you have 4 banks. In 4 banks you have these kind of R0 to R7 registers. How to identify the bank of the selected register? By looking at PSW, program status word register. In PSW you need to look at the 4th bit and 3rd bit. Okay, those 2 bits will give the value of the bank. If this 4th and 3rd bit are 00, it will represent register bank 0. So likewise, the value of these 2 bits will represent the bank. Sorry, this is bank 0. So within the bank 0, you are selected this R0, R1 to R7. If it is 01, within the bank 1, R1, R0, R1, R7. So the notation is same, R0 to R7, but the banks are different. Next one, INC. We have seen register A and general purpose registers R0 to R7. Then we have seen address. Now we are going to see register indirect. Here the possibility are inc at the rate r0, inc at the rate r1. That means what it will do, our language is, it will increment the content, it will increment the content available at, or I can say, just wait, increment the content pointed by r0 or r1. It is like a pointer, right? So let me give one example. If r0 is 37h, right? So that means you have somewhere r0, because r0 will have obviously its own address based on its bank. I am representing randomly. r0 is equal to 37h. Now at 37h I have f0h, right? Then if I write inc at the rate r0, what will happen? Whatever this 37h location content, that is what I am telling. You need to increment the data, which is pointed by r0. Which is pointed by r0 means you need to consider r0 content. Now this content is not address, it is not a data, it is a address. So 37h is pointing f0. So after this 37h location value will become f1. Before this 37h content is f0. After this instruction it will become f1. r0 will be maintaining same 37h value, there is no change within that, but here this r0 register is not holding data, it is holding a address. That is what register indirect address. And the last one is inc, and sorry, I need to mention the machine codes. That is what opcode. For inc at the rate r0, the opcode is 06h, and for this you need to write 07h, right? And there is no requirement of other byte because there is no other address to represent. So the next one is inc dptr, data pointer. So here also same thing, dptr is a 16-bit register. Whatever the content available in the dptr, that will be incremented by 1. Obviously if dptr already holding value of 4f's before this instruction, then after this instruction dptr will become 4 zeros and the overflow flag will be set, because now this dptr is not enough to hold the resultant of this increment, because it's already holding the maximum value, its capacity is only up to 4f. Still if you are incrementing +1, it will overflow. That means 1 will be overflow, then again you are starting with the all zeros. So this is about increment. So in the same way you can learn the decrement. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts, you can use the comment section to represent.